Hello everybody, Terry back again with another video, and today's video, guys, is going to be about talking about the semi-finals at Wimbledon 2021 that we have ahead of us tomorrow, versus Novak Djokovic versus Denis Shapovalov, and of course the big surprise Hurkacz, or Hubert like his real name is, but majority of people call him Hubie Hurkacz versus Matteo Berrettini. We have really young guys left in the draw, guys. The only veteran here is, of course, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and the player I'm talking about is Novak Djokovic, who is the oldest of these four players that are left. We had 128 players, guys, on the field when the tournament started 2 weeks ago almost. Now we have only 4 left men standing. And this video is about doing a preview, what I think will happen tomorrow, who I think will win, why, and things like that. And let's get into this video, guys, without any further ado. And I'm gonna start with, like I've usually done the entire week, these 2 weeks when I've done my previews. I'm gonna start with the top section of the draw, and who are the players who are the top section of the draw. Of course, it is Novak Djokovic and Denis Shapovalov. Let's start with that matchup first. Alright, guys, Novak Djokovic versus Denis Shapovalov. What can we expect from these two players tomorrow? Novak, we all know who Novak is, the world number 1, the 19-time Grand Slam champion at the current moment. The most complete all-around tennis player that we have ever seen. He is good at everything. He has good backhand, good forehand, good serve, unbelievable returns. He's the plastic man. He can run all over the court. He can slide. You name it, guys. You name it. And he will face the shot maker Denis Shapovalov, this young Canadian guy who used to be an unforced error machine, but who has cleaned up his game, used to have horrible returns, who used to be a really inconsistency machine, who used to be a really Santa Claus in the past. I sometimes call him Santa Valov, and that name has actually my beloved friend come up with, Suat Kaya. He started to calling him Santa Valov in the past because he was doing so many unforced errors. But Denis Shapovalov, he is a different player nowadays, especially at this year's Wimbledon 2021. I've seen a much cleaner Denis Shapovalov. I've seen a much more focused Denis Shapovalov. I've seen a much more dedicated Denis Shapovalov. I've seen a much more solid Denis Shapovalov, much more better decision-making Denis Shapovalov, etc., etc., etc. The head-to-head is 6-love to Novak Djokovic in this matchup. So Denis Shapovalov has never defeated Novak Djokovic. He has actually barely taken any sets. He has taken some sets here and there, but the majority of these 6 victories Novak has won in straight sets. Last time they faced each other was at the ATP Cup earlier this year, where Novak actually won a pretty close battle, 7-5, 7-5. Even though it was straight set victory for Novak Djokovic, but it still was very, very straight. It was very close set, 7-5, 7-5. The numbers are not lying. What do I believe about this matchup tomorrow, guys? Novak Djokovic is, of course, the favorite. He was the huge favorite before this event started, and he will, of course, be the favorite tomorrow as well. He has won Wimbledon 5 times. He has been in 6 Wimbledon finals. Denis Shapovalov is playing his first ever semi-final in his career at the major events. His best result has been a quarterfinal in the past, and that was, of course, not at Wimbledon. His best result at quarterfinal appearance was at the US Open last year. All the things that has happened in the past, forget them, guys. It is a new match. Like Denis said after his quarterfinal victory against Hurkacz. It is a new match. The scoreline will be 0-0. I like Denis' attitude. He will go out on court tomorrow and believing he can win. Why shouldn't he believe? He has played great tennis. I have never seen Denis Shapovalov this consistent like I've seen it this year's Wimbledon. He took out Andy Murray in the 3rd round. Gave him a really, more or less, a beatdown. Gave Murray only 8 games. Did only 24 unforced errors in that match, Denis Shapovalov. And 52 winners. He took out RBA in the 4th round, straight sets victory. Even though he started doing more unforced errors in that match, 41 against RBA. And then he took out Hurkacz in the quarterfinal, where he was the much better player, in my opinion, even though it was a 5-set battle. But if you look at the 4th and 5th set, Denis was much better than Hurkacz. He was not threatened in his serve at all, both in the 4th and the 5th set. Hurkacz didn't see any single break point opportunity in the 4th and the 5th set. Actually, even in the 3rd set, Denis probably was the better player because he had 3 break point opportunities, but he couldn't convert in any of them. Kara had one break point opportunity in the 3rd set, and he converted in that one and won the 3rd set. But in all, Denis was much better than Hurkacz, won 25 more points than his opponent in that quarterfinal match. So Denis, he should believe in himself. So how can Denis Shapovalov win this match? Of course, serving big like he has done the entire tournament. He has been serving really big. He has been winning a lot of points behind his first serve. He has doing a lot of aces. I believe he did 17 aces against Hurkacz. But he did 10 double faults. So double faults is something that always has been in Denis Shapovalov's resume. He does a lot of double faults. Not as many as Alexander Zverev. Nobody does more double faults than him. He is the double fault machine. But Denis Shapovalov is maybe 2nd or 3rd or 4th. He for sure is top 5 on the ATP Tour in doing double faults. Denis Shapovalov, for sure. He's for sure is top 5. And of course, the player who tops that list is Zverev. No surprise there. So, but he has done a lot of aces. He did 17 against Hurkacz. He has won a lot of points behind first serves. He won 86% behind his first serve against Hurkacz in the quarterfinal. He has done a lot of winners. Like I said, he did 52 or 45 winners against Andy Murray in the 3rd round, Denis Shapovalov. He does, against RBA, he does 52 winners, which is a lot. 52 winners is a lot. So he does 45 winners against Andy Murray. He does 52 winners against RBA. And he did 59 winners against Hurkacz. So his shot-making skills he has been a really shot maker the entire tournament. He has done a lot of winners. And not so many errors, especially not against Murray and against RBA. He did a little too many errors, in my opinion, against Hurkacz. But of course, Hurkacz, he has been playing good tennis. Let's be honest, guys. He has been showing some great form and taken himself deep in the tournament and winning 4 matches before facing Denis Shapovalov in that quarterfinal. So he pushed and he really didn't give Denis Shapovalov a lot of time because Hurkacz has really great firepower. So Denis fired against Hurkacz 48 unforced errors. So if you look at Denis Shapovalov's latest 3 matches, against Murray he does 24 unforced errors. Against RBA in the 4th round he does 41 unforced errors. And then against Hurkacz he did 48 unforced errors. So for every single round that he has gone deeper and deeper in the tournament, Denis has started to doing more and more unforced errors. And now we will face his biggest test, Novak Djokovic, the most complete tennis player of all time. So if Hurkacz could squeeze 48 unforced errors from Denis Shapovalov's racket, you just can't imagine that Novak will squeeze over 50 unforced errors from Denis Shapovalov's racket, I believe. So, Denis Shapovalov, to be successful, to defeat Novak Djokovic and in that semifinal match tomorrow, he needs to be doing unforced errors between 30 to 40 unforced errors. He cannot afford doing over 40 unforced errors. He did over 40 unforced errors against RBA in the 4th round, 41 unforced errors. He did 48 unforced errors against Hurkacz. He could afford to do that against Hurkacz. He cannot afford doing over 40 unforced errors against Novak Djokovic. He just can't. Novak Djokovic will make him pay RBA couldn't make him pay. Hurkacz couldn't make him pay. Djokovic will make him pay if Denis continues to do over 40 unforced errors like he did against RBA and like he did against Hurkacz. So Denis Shapovalov's key to the match is trying to cut down those unforced errors. He has done a great job against other opponents, but now he's facing his biggest test. It is the world number one. It is the defending Wimbledon champion. It is the 19-time Grand Slam champion. He needs just to play a clean tennis match. If he doesn't play a clean tennis match, he will not win this match, guys. I swear that to you guys, he will not win this match. So that is the key. He needs to take down his unforced errors. I don't think over 40 unforced errors will do the job for Denis Shapovalov. I really don't think so. He needs to be between 30 to 40 unforced errors. And then the other key is, of course, to continue doing a lot of winners like he has done. 45 winners against Murray, 52 winners against RBA, 59 winners against Hurkacz. He needs to continue this path, doing a lot of winners. Serving big, doing a lot of aces, winning points behind first serve, like he did. 86% of the points he won, of the first points he won behind his first serve against Hurkacz. He needs to continue this path. And another thing that he needs to do, like I said, keeping down his unforced errors, continue doing a lot of winners. Another thing he needs to do, of course, serving big, of course, obviously serving big. You need to serve big against the greatest returner of all time. He needs to protect his second serve better. Because in the match against Hurkacz, he won 50% of his second serves. It is a good number. Winning 50 or over percent points behind your second serve, it is always good. It is always good by tennis fans all around the world. But now he's facing the greatest returner of all time. When he is forced to hit second serves, he just needs to protect it better. He needs to protect it better, because if he doesn't protect it better, he won only 44% behind second serves against RBA. Only 44% of the second serves he won against RBA. So he's not protecting that second serve tremendously crazy good. He's doing a tremendous good job winning points behind first serve. Absolutely. So he needs to continue doing that. But he needs to do a better job in protecting his second serve. So there you have and he needs to also continue returning good. I have never seen Shapovalov returning this good, guys, like I've seen in this tournament. He really won the return serve battle against Hurkacz, and that's why he won the match. Guys, this is tennis what's about. This is what tennis is all about. Who wins the serve return battle? 9 out of 10 times he will win the tennis matches, especially in a fast surface like grass. So Shapovalov needs to continue doing little unforced errors like he has done the entire tournament. Continue doing a lot of winners like he has done the entire tournament. Continue serving big and doing aces and being successful behind his first serve like he's done the entire tournament. And of course, continue try to protect his second serve better than he has done in the 5 matches that he has won so far at Wimbledon. And of course, continue returning good like he has done the entire tournament. So there you have the 5-6 keys to Denis Shapovalov's way to the victory. The Novak Djokovic way to the victory. Look, Novak Djokovic, he just needs to be Novak Djokovic. He needs to serve good, like his serve is really underrated. He needs to win a lot of points behind his first serve like he has done the entire tournament. He has won over 80% behind his first serve the entire tournament. Over 80% in every single match. And in one match, he even won over 90% against Cristian Garin in the 4th round, where he won 92%. And the other 4 matches, he has winning over 80% behind his first serve. So Novak, of course, he needs to continue that path, winning a lot of points behind his first serve. And then, of course, he needs to return good like he always does. He needs to be aggressive, because Novak can sometimes go in that goalkeeper mode. If he goes in the goalkeeper mode, and if he lets Denis Shapovalov dictate the points, Novak Djokovic will be in big trouble. He cannot do a same match like he did against Stan Wawrinka in that 2015 French Open final, where Novak won the first set and then he went in that goalkeeper mode the entire match, and then lost 3 straight sets and lost the French Open final against Stan Wawrinka. Because Denis Shapovalov is a shot maker, and Denis Shapovalov maybe is in the shape of his life, maybe. So I have never seen Denis Shapovalov this consistent, this good, and this solid like I've seen in this year's Wimbledon 2021. So Novak Djokovic, he needs to kiss that baseline. He needs to hit his shots with depth. He needs to return good. He needs to dictate the rallies. He cannot let Denis Shapovalov dictate the rallies, because if Denis dictates the rallies, Novak Djokovic will be in big trouble and he can lose the match. He can lose the match. He cannot be passive. He cannot go in that goalkeeper mode, because if he goes in that goalkeeper mode, Denis Shapovalov will punish him. He will punish him and he will beat him. And Novak Djokovic knows this. He needs to be creative. He needs to dictate. He needs to serve good. He needs to return good. He needs to have great depth. And this is things that Novak will do. I know that. I know Novak will serve good, even though he has not been serving murderously good the last 2 matches, to be quite honest, against Garin and against Fusovic. And to be quite honest, Novak Djokovic has been serving not so many aces in this tournament, besides in the first round against Jack Draper, where he did 25 aces. After that, he has actually not served over 15 aces in one single match. So, but it doesn't matter. Novak Djokovic doesn't do a lot of aces. He hits the spots. He's a great spot server, and then he does damage in the 3rd or 5th shot. And the surface also helps him. It is not clay. On clay he doesn't have the murderous firepower, and he cannot hit his opponent. He can't hit through his opponent easy because the surface doesn't help him. But on this surface, on grass, he gets rewarded much better here than he gets on clay. So he doesn't need to do a lot of aces like he has not done in this tournament besides the first match. He just needs to find the spots, have a high percentage of first serves in, and then do damage on the 3rd or 5th shot, like he has done the entire tournament. That's why he has won over 80% behind his first serve in all of his 5 matches, and in one match over 90%. So, but the big key for Novak is just not letting Denis dictating the points. And I think Novak will do this. I think Novak will win the return battle, even though Denis has improved his returns, especially this year's Wimbledon. But I don't think that Denis will win the return battle tomorrow. I think that the serve battle will be even Steven there. Who will win the serve battle? It is a more or less it will be even. So the serve battle game there, it can go either way. But the return battle, I know that Novak will win. I think Novak will break Denis' serve more time than Denis will break Novak's serve. So, but the serve battle, it is more of a toss-up who will win that. And then I think Novak will play a cleaner match. He will do less unforced errors than Denis Shapovalov. Will Novak do more winners than Denis Shapovalov? I doubt it. Novak Djokovic is not crazy famous for doing over 40, 50 or winners like Denis can do. Denis is shot maker. He can do a lot of winners. So when I consider all this, who will return better? Who will do a cleaner match? Who will be the best player when the chips are down and when it comes to the bigger points, when the chips are down and when the occasions arises in the bigger moments, who will be the more clutch player? I think Djokovic will be that player. Because he's a clutch monster for a reason. It is a reason why we call him the clutch monster. Denis Shapovalov doesn't always convert in his break punch opportunities. He needs a lot of break punch opportunities to convert, and Novak doesn't need as many break punch opportunities to convert as Denis Shapovalov. That's why Novak Djokovic, and the reason for that is because Novak has much better returns than Denis Shapovalov. I think Novak will return better. I think Novak will be more solid from the baseline. I think Novak will be better in the bigger moments, and I think And for those reasons, I think Novak Djokovic will win this match. But I think he will have a big test here. Forget all the 4 opponents that Djokovic has faced. Even Fucsovics was a loser in that quarterfinal. He was such a loser. He did such a weak match against Novak Djokovic, in my opinion. Despite Djokovic being really not good in that quarterfinal, Fucsovics didn't take even 1 set. Djokovic, with that kind of level he had against Fucsovics, he will for sure not defeat Denis Shapovalov in straight sets. Novak needs to raise up his level in the semifinal against Denis, because Denis is a much better player than Fucsovics. Denis has a much better serve than Fucsovics. Denis has better return than Fucsovics. Denis has more firepower than Fucsovics. Denis has better backhand than Fucsovics. Denis is better at the net than Fucsovics. Novak needs to raise up his level, and I think Novak will raise to the occasion and do that. But I think Novak comes through. I think Novak wins in 4 sets. That is my prediction. I think Novak Djokovic wins in 4 sets. There you have the first semifinal preview. And then we come to the next, to the other semifinal between Hurkacz versus Matteo Berrettini. Look guys, before this event started, I had Matteo Berrettini as one of my top 3 favorites to win the event. It was Djokovic first, Federer second, Berrettini third. When I saw the draw, I actually thought a long time. You have seen my preview Wimbledon 2021 draw 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago almost now. You remember what I said in that video. It was a hard decision for me to have Berrettini second or to have Roger Federer second. Berrettini second or Roger Federer second. Now when we have seen the matches, it was a bad decision having Roger on my second place. It would have been looked much better to have Berrettini on the second place, because Berrettini is in the semifinals and Roger isn't. Berrettini, he has won 10 matches in this grass court season so far. He won Queens, like we all know, where he won 5 matches. And now he has won 5 matches here at Wimbledon, so he's 10 love in this grass court season. So he obviously likes playing on grass. He has a huge serve, huge forehand. You all know what kind of weapons Berrettini has. His biggest strength are to have as short rallies as possible. If you extend the rallies, and you will hurt him and you will win the majority of your points, because he cannot protect his backhand so successfully, because he doesn't have the greatest backhand in the world. His backhand is not even top 10 in the world, in my opinion, and his returns are pretty weak. Actually, Felix Aliassime was winning more points behind second serve return. He was being more successful in the quarterfinal match versus Berrettini behind the second serve return points won. Actually, Berrettini was winning more points behind first serve return points won. And that has to do because Berrettini has a much bigger first serve than Felix Aliassime. But when it comes to winning points behind second serves, actually Felix Aliassime was winning more points on Berrettini's second serve than what Berrettini was winning points on Felix's second serve. And that has to do with Berrettini's so weak returns. He doesn't do much with the return, Matteo Berrettini, guys. And that's why his matches, even when he wins 7-5, 7-6, 6-4. He usually doesn't destroy an opponent with 6-1 or 6-love. He usually doesn't do, because he barely breaks his opponent's serve 2 times in a set. He rarely do that. Often he breaks his opponent's serve only 1 time in a set, and that often is enough for him to win that set, because he has that big serve which not many players can take his teeth into his serve. So Berrettini, he has a huge forehand, huge serve. He does a lot of aces. He has done 79 aces during 5 matches. He did 60 aces during his first 3 matches at this year's Wimbledon. 20 in the first match, 20 in the second match, 20 in the third match. So he was blasting aces. Then he showed then he started to be more human in the 4th and the 5th set. In the 4th set, he did only 7 aces, and in the quarterfinal against Felix Aliassime, he did 12 aces. So in total, Berrettini has done 79 aces. So, and if you look at Hurkacz, Hurkacz has a big serve as well. Let's be honest here. But Berrettini's serve is bigger than Hurkacz. Berrettini does more aces than Hurkacz. Hurkacz has done 49 aces in 5 matches. Berrettini has done 79 aces in 5 matches. So Berrettini has done 30 more aces than Hurkacz. So when it comes to the serving department, when it comes to who will do more aces, I'm pretty confident that most likely Berrettini will do more aces than Hurkacz in that semifinal. Even though that Berrettini's aces has not been tremendously high the last 2 matches. Like I said, he did only 7 aces in the 4th match and 12 aces in the quarterfinal. And if you look at Hurkacz's two last matches, he has done 10 aces against Daniil Medvedev in the 4th round and 10 aces against Roger Federer in the quarterfinal. But if you look all the 5 matches combined, like I said, Berrettini has done 30 more aces than Hurkacz. But so I think Berrettini has a better first serve than Hurkacz. So I think that the serve battle, Berrettini will win. But the thing is here, Hurkacz is a much better returner than Matteo Berrettini. So I don't, and Matteo Berrettini has so far in the tournament, in his first 5 opponents that he has faced, he has not faced this kind of opponent with this good serve. Let's be honest, he has not. Felix Yalcin, all respect to Felix Yalcin's serve, but I don't quite think that Felix' serve is better than Hurkacz. That is my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But Hurkacz, for me, has a better serve than Felix Yalcin. Hurkacz has a better second serve than Felix Yalcin. So, Matteo Berrettini, he broke Felix Yalcin 6 times in that quarterfinal match. Do I think Matteo Berrettini will break Hurkacz 6 times? I doubt it, guys. Hurkacz has lost his serve during the 5 matches that he played at Wimbledon only 4 times. 3 times against Wimbledon, against Medvedev, and 1 time against Roger Federer. He has lost serve only 4 times in 5 matches. Berrettini has not been so much worse himself. He has lost serve 5 times in 5 matches at Wimbledon. So Berrettini has lost his serve only 1 more time than Hurkacz. So Hurkacz has actually protected his serve a little better than Matteo Berrettini. But I still think that Matteo Berrettini has a better first serve than Hurkacz. Does Matteo Berrettini has a better second serve? I doubt it. But we will see. Anyway, who will win the serve battle? It is really a toss-up, but I think that Berrettini will win the serve battle. When it comes who will win the return battle, which is very important tennis, I think that Hurkacz will win the return battle. I truly believe that Hurkacz has much better returns than Matteo Berrettini. Because Matteo Berrettini's returns are not even top 10 in the world, in my opinion. He doesn't do much with returns, guys. He just doesn't. Not even the second serves. He just does. He is not creative in the returns. He just doesn't. Even though that he has improved his return slightly in this year's Wimbledon 2021 that I've seen him, but he still is not top 10 returner in the world. Hurkacz probably is top 10 returner in the world. Probably. Matteo Berrettini, no. And then when it comes to rallies, Matteo Berrettini's chance is just to win the points from 0 to 5 shots. If the rallies go over 5 shots, he's toast. He really is toast, guys. Because Hurkacz is rock solid from a baseline. He did, for God's sakes, only 12 Aposteros against Roger Federer. Only 12 Aposteros. And if you look at Matteo Berrettini, he did 45 Aposteros, I believe, against Felix Yalcin, if I'm not mistaken. 45 Aposteros. That is a lot, my tennis friends all around the world. So, Hurkacz only 12. So Hurkacz is much more solid, much more consistent from a baseline. He has a better shot tolerance from the baseline. He has a much more all-round player from a baseline. Hurkacz doesn't have that crazy weakness in his game. He has actually an all-round game. He's, like I said a couple days ago, he doesn't have anything in his game where he is murderous good. Not even his serve is actually not murderous good. It is not like he kills you with a lot of aces. Like I said, he has done 49 aces in 5 matches. That is not crazy amount of match. Matteo Berrettini has done 30 more aces than Hurkacz. But And he doesn't have the craziest, greatest forehand either, Hubi. He doesn't have the craziest, greatest backhand either. He doesn't have the craziest, greatest returns either. But everything he has solid, great shots in his game. So he doesn't have a crazy, crazy hole in his game like Matteo has with the returns and with the backhand. So Hubi Hurkacz, I am pretty confident he will attack and penetrate Matteo Berrettini's backhand as much as possible. So key for Matteo to win this match is to land a lot of first serves. Because if he doesn't land a lot of first serves, he will be in big trouble because Hubi Hurkacz will take the teeth into Matteo Berrettini's second serves. Because when Berrettini lands his first serve, he's deadly dangerous. He kills the third shot with his forehand. He kills it. The point is over. But do I think Berrettini will land a lot of first serves in? Berrettini usually he landed 66% first serves in against Felice Lasime. That is a great number, 66. Landing over 60% behind your first serve. Over 65, I should say, over 65, it is always great. But he doesn't always land over 65% first serves in Matteo Berrettini. He has not landed in all of his matches at Wimbledon over 65% behind first serves. That he has played in this year's Wimbledon. He landed 66 against Felice Lasime. That was great. And he won 76% behind his first serve, which is great number, 76. But Hubi against Federer, he won 79% behind his first serve. So because Hubi Hurkacz is a good returner, he's an underrated returner. So Hubi Hurkacz will ask the question to Matteo Berrettini, you, my friend, need to land a lot of first serves in, because if you don't do that, I will take my teeth into your service games. I really will do that. If Felice could break your serve 3 times, I will for sure break your serve 4, 5, even maybe 6 times. Because I'm better returner than Felice Lasime. Hubi Hurkacz is a better returner than Felice Lasime. So Matteo needs to land a lot of first serves in. And then do damage from 0 to 5 shots. That is the key for him. And of course he needs to try to return better, even though he has returned pretty okay in this year's Wimbledon, but he has not returned tremendously good, Matteo Berrettini. And he has not faced this kind of a good server in his 5 first opponents that he has faced at Wimbledon. So now we will see Matteo Berrettini's real level, where he is. All respect to those 5 opponents that he has defeated, but his biggest test is coming now. Forget what Hubi Hurkacz has done before Wimbledon. He has been on 6th streak losing streak and lost the first round in 6 straight tournaments and only winning one match after he won that Maiden Miami Open title at March. Forget what has in the past. Hubi Hurkacz is redlining at this year's Wimbledon. He's good at the net. He has good backhand. He has good forehand. He has good serve. He has good returns. He has good about everything in his game. Nothing crazy, but nothing really weak either. Matteo Berrettini has murderous weapons with his serve and forehand, but his weakness are he has big holes in his returns and in his backhand. He comes away on this surface with the backhand. He can slice it a lot. He doesn't hit a lot of topspin backhand on this surface because he slices it a lot, and he somehow is pretty good at protecting that shot. But will he be managed to protect that backhand shot enough to take out Hubi Hurkacz? Will he do enough winners to take out Hubi Hurkacz? Will he take down his unforced errors against Hubi Hurkacz? He did, I believe, 45 unforced errors against Felice Lasime. I don't think so, man. I'm taking my nose out here a little. I didn't count with Hubi Hurkacz before the event started. I was not having him even on my dark horse list, let alone on my top 8 list. But what I have seen from Hubi Hurkacz, he has lost his serve only 4 times in 5 matches. He's returning good. He's playing solid on the baseline. He's playing good at the net. He's serving good, not as good as Berrettini, for sure not, but not so much worse than Berrettini. I think he can take out Berrettini. I truly believe he can take out. I'm not sure. This match is a toss-up. I'm more sure about Djokovic defeating Shapovalov than Hubi Hurkacz defeating Matteo Berrettini. But I think that Matteo Berrettini, he will notice when he will face Hubi on the semi-final at Man, this is a different opponent. This kind of a good returner, I've not faced the entire tournament. This kind of a good server, I've not faced the entire tournament. This kind of a good, consistent player from the baseline, I've not faced the entire tournament. All respect to Felix Yalassime, but for God's sakes, Felix, he did 41 unforced errors. 41. If Hubert plays like he did against Federer yesterday, I'm sure he will take out Matteo Berrettini. I'm completely sure. No shadow of a doubt about that. If he plays like he did against Federer with 12 unforced errors. But I don't think Hurkacz will play that kind of a... That was probably Hurkacz's best ever match in his life. I've never seen Hurkacz play that kind of a consistent, murderous, solid tennis like he did against Federer. He was not giving Federer one single chance. For God's sakes, only 12 double fault. I'm sorry, only 12 unforced errors in 3 sets. Only 12. 4 in the first set, 6 in the second set, and only 2 in the third set. So if Hurkacz can repeat that performance, that beast mode level he showed against Federer in the quarterfinal, he will for sure defeat Matteo Berrettini. But Matteo Berrettini will give Hurkacz much more trouble. Matteo Berrettini is a younger player than Roger Federer. Matteo Berrettini has a bigger serve than Roger Federer. Matteo Berrettini has a bigger forehand than the current Roger Federer, not the prime Roger Federer. Don't jump on the comment section, please, guys. The current Matteo Berrettini forehand is much stronger than bigger than Roger Federer's current forehand. So Matteo Berrettini for sure will give Hurkacz a much better test, a much bigger challenge than what Roger Federer did to Hurkacz in the quarterfinal. So, but I think that Hurkacz still, I think he will be the player who will return better than Matteo Berrettini. I think he will try to extend the rallies, especially when Matteo will miss his first serve. I don't think Matteo Berrettini will land over 65% first serve in. Maybe I will be wrong, because he doesn't always do that. He did it against Felix with 66% landing first serves in, 66%. But I don't think that he will land over 65% first serves in against Hurkacz. So Hurkacz, he will return better. He will play more solid from the baseline than Matteo Berrettini. He will do less unforced errors than Matteo Berrettini. Will he do more winners than Matteo Berrettini? I'm doubtful about that. I'm doubtful. But when the match is over and when we will resume and we will do analyze of the match, I think that Hurkacz will be the player who has done more winners than unforced errors. Even if Hurkacz does say 30 winners and Matteo Berrettini does 50 winners, but Matteo Berrettini, those winners that Matteo Berrettini will do, that they will cost him. Say Matteo will do 50 winners, but he will do, say, 42 unforced errors or 45. He maybe even will do 60 unforced errors. More unforced errors than winners. But Hurkacz, he will not do as many winners as Matteo Berrettini. I don't think he will do that. But he will just play a cleaner match. He will just play a more solid match. He will be just... He will not go down in level. Matteo can go down like he did against Felix. He defeated for sure Felix in the quarterfinal, but it was not like Matteo was playing clean-free tennis, error-free tennis. He was doing more unforced errors than winners against Felix Yalassime. And he came away and won the match in 4 sets. But in my opinion, Hurkacz is in the shape of his life. Felix Yalassime is not in the shape of his life. Felix Yalassime doesn't have a good serve as Hurkacz. Felix Yalassime doesn't return as good as Hurkacz. Felix Yalassime doesn't have as great shot tolerance as Hurkacz. So Hurkacz have great shot tolerance, great returns, good serve, solid at the net, no weaknesses in his game, no big weaknesses, I should say. He doesn't have any big holes in his game like Berrettini has with returns and backhand. And when I combine all this, I'm leaning to Hurkacz will win this match in 5 sets. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace!